David Zier. So tell me a little bit about what you think, what you saw, what you're feeling about Pennsylvania right now.
Well, Rick Delgado will probably attest that the people on the ground there are wonderful people. Wilkes-Barre and Scranton have these incredible histories. It's part of the Wyoming Valley. The largest anthracite coal mine there, which is the most carbon-filled coal, was there for about 100 years. They lost jobs when it ended in the 50s. But Scranton and Wilkes-Barre, they made all the camouflage netting for World War II, the tarpaulins, the parachutes from the Nottingham lace factories, HBOs from Wilkes-Barre, the Dundon Mifflin paper companies there, which is still there from the office. You can go on tours. It's actually pretty funny. But they got this incredible history there, you know. They not only provided hundreds of thousands of jobs, but Scranton itself was the electric city. And the electric city made the first streetcars in the United States. They made all of the steam trains, and it was such an essential part of our manufacturing history. Both Scranton and Wilkes-Barre have half of their populations from just 10 years ago there. The average income for an individual in Wilkes-Barre is only $18,000. It's $34,000 or something nationwide. Median income's like 40, 42, 43,000 nationwide. It's about 70 to 75. It's a great place to retire, considered one of the 21 to 25 top places to retire. But this trend goes all the way down, going south into the Lehigh Valley and to Allentown. Major crime in Allentown. Scranton, 6 times more likely to be a victim of violent crime right now. Democratic mayors in every one of these cities. Biden's from Scranton. What has he done for the people? What has he done for the people? You go down to Delaware County, there's claims of election fraud. Lehigh Valley, they've taken measures, and we can get into that later. But the point is that you've got these 4 races in Pennsylvania, which are, you know, Shapiro may lose. But the governor, Tom Wolf, put this proposal that he wants to give, the Democrat, wants to give every citizen of Pennsylvania who makes under $80,000, $2,000 a pop, and 250,000 people qualify. Trying to buy the election from the people in Pennsylvania. Thank God lower and upper houses in Pennsylvania are Republican. And the point is that Shapiro's only 3 points ahead in the major polls. I think there's an opportunity for Mastriano to win. A lot of people like him and respect him on the ground because he's well-spoken and he fires them up. Oz doesn't fire people up that much in Pennsylvania, but I think Oz is going to win because Fetterman can't debate. And Oz has been trying to make it easy for him to participate in the debates. But Oz is going to sink a lot of money into this next 2 months. By the time it goes around, 18,000 in individual incomes. Gas is still at $4 a gallon. You go another 2 months as a private contractor in Pennsylvania, and you're going to be really PO'd in November. I think a red wave is coming. And just one last thing about it is that the 7th and 8th districts are vulnerable in Pennsylvania. Matt Cartwright's been there since 2013. And Joe Bognet, I interviewed him the other day, really solid guy. He only lost by 3.5 points to Matt Cartwright in 2020, but now he's 1 point ahead in the polls. You go one district over, and you've got Scheller versus Susan Weil. Now, she's got $2 million more money, but Scheller's polling 1 point ahead. 34 seats up in the United States in the House of Representatives, and 2 of them are in Pennsylvania. Where they can go red. This is going to be an historic election in Pennsylvania. The people on the ground are mad. They're fired up, and they need to change their system. They have twice the unemployment rate in Wilkes-Barre and Scranton at 6.9% than the rest of the United States. So this has to change. People are hoping that change, and this may be the year where there can be some hope for them. That's it.
Wow. Interesting stuff. And the Fetterman thing, again, maybe I'm just breaking it down to be too simplistic, but even, don't you have a story on Fetterman?
Well, I was just going to bring it up. I mean, the clips, he this is from Gateway Pundit. John Fetterman, Pennsylvania's current lieutenant governor, who's now a Democrat nominee for the U.S. Senate, is one of the most radical Democrats in the Senate race. And then it just goes on to talk about his quotes. But you have some of his quotes in this clip. I mean, he really looks like a derelict.
I mean, here he is. I believe this is from today, because at the presidential seat, or whenever Biden was there recently, maybe yesterday. Well, I mean, just listen to this.
Please understand the stakes in this race. Send me to Washington, D.C. so I can work with Senator Casey, and I can champion the union way of life in D.C. Thank you very much.
Close.
And it's an honor. I live 8 minutes away from here.
That's a random
and when
thought.
I leave tonight, I got 3 miles away, Dr. Oz in his mansion in New Jersey.
Repeat
You've
the
got
line.
a friend and you have an ally. Send me to Washington, D.C. Thank you very much. Thank you, Steelworkers.
Wow. I mean, he really does. He really looks like a bookie or a drug dealer.
I mean, right? He's the guy.
He's the guy who at OTB asks you to borrow a buck.
Yeah. You got a light?
When I walked into 7-Eleven, he was at the counter scratching the tickets that he just bought. Like, he just scratches them right there to see if there's a winner and then hands them back in for another one. I mean,
he proclaimed that he has auditory and dictation problems from his stroke, and he should drop out.
I mean, again, we've talked about health of people. When President Trump walked down the thing the wrong way, look at this guy. When he drank water with 2 cups, look at this guy. We need a full evaluation here. And Katie McEnany used to come under fire. Every question was about it. This guy can't even can't link a subject and a predicate together. And there's it's fine. He doesn't want to debate. Okay, no problem.